gorgeous, and welcome back. It's your girl, Shell. And as you can obviously tell, I am completely made up. That's because I already filmed this video. It took me like an hour to record it, and then like 2 hours worth of editing, and it was completely unusable. My audio was going in and out. And by the time that I mashed this thing down to 20 minutes, it was no good. So we're starting kind of over. The face is done. I'm not going to redo it at this point, but I have some e.l.f. products that I tried today, and so this kind of became not only a try-on first impressions, but now we've got a wear test because it's 4 hours, almost 4 hours in. So we will start off with the primers that I used. I had the Poreless Putty Primer and the Luminous Putty Primer. And so what I went ahead and did, pardon me, I got a piece of fuzz on my nose, is I took the Poreless on this side and the Luminous on this side. No difference. So, and the Poreless did not really do a great job filling in my pores. So I will give them another shot. Because e.l.f. stuff is usually pretty good. So we'll give it another fair test. The next thing was the Flawless Satin Foundation, and I got this in 130 Snow. The color is perfect for me because I'm pale and tragic. So that worked well, and it is medium coverage. So it did take a couple of applications. I used sponge and brush. But I think between the primer and the foundation, they didn't quite play well together. It seemed to slip and slide a little bit. So the application of the foundation took 2 times. Once with a sponge, once with the brush, doing the whole, stippling thing. And once we got it on, looked pretty decent. So, great googly moogly. I've got a hair or something. Next was the 18-hour hydrating camo concealer, and this is satin finish. Now, I had the regular 18-hour camo concealer, did not like it, but I thought I would try the satin, the hydrating, see if that slipped into the creases a little less, and it did. It gathered in the creases again, but I went through with just a little powder sponge after I did the powder and that seemed to do the trick. So that was good. And I used the sheer eye powder just under here. And then, like always, I used my regular Coty Airspun to finish out everything. And then we used the new to me, I gotta see where that hair is. It's gonna drive me nuts. New to me bronzer palette, and it is 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, and I used the darker matte to do the contour, and then the lighter matte and the lightest shimmer. I kind of swirled them together and used that as the bronzer. that worked well. I really, really like that. And of course, then I hit with my Gerard Cosmetics highlighter. Here we go, in Grace, and of course that's always lovely. So, but next was a fail, absolute fail. It was the e.l.f. eyeliner. Now, in practice, fabulous. It's got a sharpener in the top, and then a little spongy where you can kind of buff it out a little bit, kind of smudge it out. This thing felt like I was rubbing sandpaper on my eyes. It took so much rubbing and back and forth. My eye is still a little sore. So for the second eye with the black, I actually just used the shadow in the palette that we're going to go over. And this, not a fan of at all. This is going straight in the garbage. But the eyeshadow palette, I wanted this to work. I really did. It was called the Villain Eyeshadow Palette. This is in nude. It's 02. And they have several nude palettes on their website. You can see there is some fallout still all over this thing. The blue is just, it's absolutely everywhere. I used the cream, which went on nicely. I used the light brown right here, which went on pretty well. The darker brown, again, went on pretty well. I mean, it's a nude palette. It's a nude palette. But it's so powdery and there is so much fallout. It's all over my desk. It was all over me, down the face, all over the palette itself. And then I tried to use this really, really pretty blue, and it's not coming through. There we go. That really pretty blue. I went here in the corner. I went in dry. I used setting spray. It took 3 goes to get any kind of color on there, and it was so pale. It was not worth it. So I ended up going in with this gorgeous green from Steve Laurent. This is amazing. I can't speak highly enough about this one. But the Villain Lashes nude palette is an absolute mess. So, I mean, the browns stayed on well. That blue was just worthless. So, will I keep it? Until I get something better. Absolutely. This is not something I will probably ever really reach for again. I've got browns and other palettes that I can use if I want to do just a kind of a basic look for. So, all in all, I'm going to give my e.l.f. for the day, I'm going to give that a B-, C+. The Villain eyeshadow palette, I'm sorry, honey, you're getting a D. And I'm a little worried because I got the Neon palette as well. So, we'll see. But that is it. Hey, at least it's a heck of a shorter video. So, oh, and on my lips is my Lime Crime and Wicked. So, That's always a never fail. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe. All my social stuff down below, like it always is. So, mwah. Enjoy another week of self-imposed quarantine, and together we'll get over this and we'll be able to go out and get pedicures and get our hairs did after. Keep everything closed.